Welcome to Prague. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic, and it has a rich history dating back over 1,000 years. This city was once the seat of Holy Roman emperors and Bohemian kings. The city survived wars and revolutions, and emerged as a symbol of resilience and beauty. The city's cobblestone streets, fairy tale castles, and the majestic Charles Bridge create an atmosphere straight out of a storybook. Whether strolling through the medieval Old Town or indulging in the vibrant culture, Prague feels timeless. From historical sites to beautiful architecture, join us on a journey of the 15 wonders of Prague. We begin our journey with the Vltava River. This river is the heart of Prague. Winding for nearly 270 miles, it is the longest river in the Czech Republic. In Prague, the river reflects the city's Gothic spires and red rooftops, offering a picture-perfect view at every turn. Historic buildings line its banks, while elegant bridges arch across its waters, each telling a tale of kings, artists and revolutions. Locals and visitors stroll along its shores or take romantic boat rides to soak in the view. At sunrise or sunset, the river seems to shimmer with gold, capturing Prague's quiet magic. Perhaps the most famous structure on the river is the Charles Bridge. The Charles Bridge is one of Prague's most iconic landmarks. It is a stone masterpiece that connects the city's old town with the historic Prague Castle. The bridge was commissioned by Emperor Charles IV in 1357. The bridge has stood the test of time, weathering floods and centuries of change. The 30 Baroque statues lining its edges were added between 1683 and 1714, turning it into an open-air gallery of saints and heroes. From the bridge, the views are breathtaking. Looking down, you have the river below, and looking up, we can see Prague Castle rising in the distance. During the day, artists and musicians fill the bridge with life and colour. Then, at night, it transforms into a quiet, enchanted passage lit by lanterns. The Charles Bridge is more than a way across the river. It's a journey through time, art and legend. Now let's explore two more wonders of Prague. These are Prague Castle and St. Vitus Cathedral. Founded around the year 880, the Prague Castle is the political and spiritual heart of the Czech Republic. It has been home to kings of Bohemia, Holy Roman emperors, and now the country's president. The castle complex is a blend of Romanesque, Gothic, and Renaissance architecture, showing the evolving culture of Prague's long history. Towering within the Prague Castle complex is St. Vitus Cathedral. This was begun hundreds of years ago in 1344 by Charles IV, and it was not fully completed until 1929. This cathedral houses the Czech crown jewels, including the famed St. Wenceslas crown and the tomb of St. John of Nepomuk. The cathedral's Great South Tower has panoramic views after a climb of nearly 300 steps. The Prague Castle complex has witnessed major events. From defenestrations that sparked the 30 Years' War to Velvet Revolution speeches, it's a prominent reminder of the city's rich history. With its courtyards, palaces and chapels, it feels more like a small city than a fortress. Visiting here is stepping into the very heart of Czech history and standing in the presence of legends. Lobkowicz Palace is another wonder of Prague, located within the Prague Castle complex. It is a stunning 16th century building that offers a unique glimpse into European history, art, and culture. What is unique about this palace is that it is the only privately owned building in the castle grounds. What is special is that it houses the Lobkowicz collections. These are an extraordinary array of paintings, decorative arts, music scores, and historic arms. Some highlights of the work here include original manuscripts by both Beethoven as well as Mozart. Once seized by both the Nazis and Communists, the palace was returned to the Lobkowicz family after the Velvet Revolution. Franz Kafka's Head is a striking and kinetic sculpture in Prague that honours one of the city's most famous writers. The sculpture is made of 42 rotating stainless steel panels that form and deform Kafka's face in real time. Standing over 36 feet tall, the mirrored surfaces and constant motion reflect Kafka's complex, introspective, and often fragmented literary style. This piece of art is located near the Quadrio shopping centre, and it captures attention not only because of its large size, but also for its hypnotic movement. Every few minutes, the layers shift in a choreographed sequence, breaking the head apart and then reassembling it. It's a powerful visual metaphor for the writer's themes of identity, alienation, and the absurdity of modern life. Whether you're a literature fan or just love public art, the Kafka Head is a must-see piece of Prague's contemporary cultural landscape. Now let's explore another modern art piece, which is the Dancing House. It is also known as Fred and Ginger Building, and it is one of Prague's most iconic and unconventional buildings. The building was completed in 1996 and quickly became a symbol of modern architecture in the heart of a historic city. The structure gets its nickname from its resemblance to a dancing couple. One side twists elegantly like a dancer in motion, while the other side of the building stands upright and supportive. Located along the river, the glass and concrete design boldly contrasts the surrounding Baroque and Gothic architecture, making it a symbol of creativity and progress. Inside, the Dancing House has offices, a gallery, and a rooftop restaurant with panoramic views of the city. Just 30 minutes outside of Prague is another wonder of this region. This is St. Barbara's Church. This church is a stunning example of Gothic architecture located in the town of Kutná Hora. Built over several centuries, starting in 1388, it was named after St. Barbara, the patron saint of miners, to honour the town's silver mining heritage. The church's dramatic spires and richly decorated interior reflect the town's former wealth and prestige. Today, St. Barbara's Church is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most important Gothic buildings in Central Europe. Its peaceful hilltop location offers sweeping views of Kutná Hora and the surrounding countryside, making it a must-visit for history and architecture lovers. Just beside the church is the Sedlec ossuary. This is also known as the Bone Church. It is one of the most unusual and hauntingly beautiful chapels in the world. Located beneath the cemetery Church of All Saints, this small Roman Catholic chapel contains the bones of an estimated 40,000 to 70,000 people. The ossuary's history dates back to the 13th century, when an abbot returned from the Holy Land and sprinkled soil over the cemetery grounds. This made it a highly desirable burial site, especially during the Black Plague and the Hussite Wars. In the 19th century, a local woodcarver named František Rint was commissioned to organise the bones into the decorative forms we see today. The result is both eerie and awe-inspiring, serving as a powerful reminder of life, death, and the passage of time. We journey back to Prague to explore the Petrin Tower. This structure is sometimes called Prague's mini Eiffel Tower. It was built in 1891 for the Jubilee exhibition. The tower stands 63.5 metres tall on top of Petrin Hill, making it a prominent feature of the Prague skyline. Although it is much smaller than the Eiffel Tower, it has an elevated location, and this gives it a comparable viewing height to the Paris icon. Visitors can climb 299 steps to reach the observation deck, rewarded with breathtaking 360-degree views of Prague's red rooftops, the river, and historic landmarks like Prague Castle. The tower is surrounded by a peaceful green space, perfect for walking, picnicking, or riding the funicular railway. Now let's travel to the new town part of Prague to explore Wenceslas Square. This is one of the main city squares in Prague. It is a historic centre of culture, commerce and politics. Named after Saint Wenceslas, who was the patron saint of Bohemia, the square is actually more of a boulevard. This is because it stretches nearly 2,000 feet in length. The square is famous because it has been the site of many key moments in Czech history, including the Velvet Revolution of 1989, which led to the fall of communism. This square is lined with hotels, shops, restaurants and historic buildings, and it pulses with energy both day and night. At the top of the square stands a large statue of Saint Wenceslas on horseback. Overlooking the square is another wonder of Prague. This is the National Museum of Prague. It is an iconic neo-Renaissance building that was completed in 1891. The museum houses vast collections in natural history, archaeology, anthropology and art. The museum underwent major renovations and reopened in 2018 with modernised exhibits and restored architecture. Visitors can explore Czech history, admire ancient artefacts, and even enjoy panoramic views from the dome. The Prague astronomical clock is one of the most famous wonders of Prague. It is one of the oldest astronomical clocks in the world. Located on the southern wall of the Old Town Hall, it was first installed in 1410. Every hour, large crowds gather to watch the clock's walk of the apostles. This is when figures of the 12 apostles and other symbolic characters, like death and vanity, move in a mechanical show. The clock doesn't just tell time, it displays astronomical information like the positions of the sun and moon, phases of the moon, and even the current zodiac sign. The craftsmanship of the clock is incredibly detailed, and it is widely considered a masterpiece of medieval engineering. Despite being damaged several times in history, it has always been restored with care. Now let's head to Tin Church. Dominating Prague's old town skyline, the Church of Our Lady before Tin, which is often just called Tin Church, is one of the most iconic Gothic structures in the city. Its two tall, asymmetrical spires rise dramatically behind the Old Town Square, visible from many parts of Prague. Construction began in the 14th century, and the church served as the main spiritual centre for Hussite reformers in the 15th century. Inside the church, you will find stunning Gothic, Baroque and Renaissance elements, including a beautiful altarpiece and the tomb of astronomer Tycho Brahe. The church's dark, dramatic silhouette adds to the fairy tale-like charm of the old town, especially when lit up at night. Finally, we arrive at the most iconic wonder of Prague. This is the Old Town Square, and it is the historic heart of Prague and one of the most beautiful public squares in Europe. Surrounded by colourful buildings, the square dates back to the 12th century and has witnessed many key moments in Czech history. It is home to major landmarks like the astronomical clock, the Old Town Hall, and the Church of Our Lady before Tin. In the centre of the square stands a statue of Jan Hus, who was a religious reformer who became a national hero. The square is often filled with tourists, street performers, markets and seasonal events like the famous Christmas and Easter markets. Cobblestone paths and open-air cafes invite visitors to slow down and soak in the atmosphere. Whether you're visiting during a festival or just people watching under the towers, Old Town Square is where Prague's medieval spirit comes alive. From the Charles Bridge to the Old Town Square, Prague is full of wonders waiting to be explored. Immerse in the culture, explore the modern art, and marvel at the castle's architecture. An exploration of this magical city is bound to leave you in awe,